Hello everyone, welcome back to my Amazon Live. It is Girls Night Out. Like I said on my Instagram, it's that girls night that I didn't get to have in New York. I'm so excited. So thank you guys so much for watching and for being here. Be sure to click the links, follow along, so every time I'm doing an Amazon Live, you don't miss it. I can't wait to talk to all of you guys. I'm excited. So I think let's just get into it, right? Thank you all for being here and watching. I'm going to be showing you guys all these items while also answering your questions because I'm sure you guys have a lot of questions about the episode, about everything that's been going on. So if you have your questions, send them in. Chantel, am I getting better sleep? Actually, last night I did. I had a really good night's sleep, and I don't think Tom or Raquel were in my dreams at all because I don't remember anything about them. So that was nice. I feel like now that this whole TRO thing is behind me, I'm going to be sleeping much better. So thank you for asking. Brock and I have been married since August. How many months is that now? September, October, November, December, January, February, March, April. Almost seven and a half months. Yeah, going well. But there is also something you're gonna find out in the episode next week. I believe it's episode 9. It could be 10, but you're gonna find out a little more about my marriage to Brock. So I'm gonna save that for the episode, but just know to look out for a little extra something coming up. My closest friend on the Vanderpump Rules cast. I mean, Ariana has been my best friend, my ride or die from day one, but Lala and I have just gotten so close, especially over the last like 5 months. With the girls, with her buying a house right next door to me in Palm Springs. Our moms are best friends. The babies are best friends. We now have come together and we are best friends. So I'm definitely super close with both Ariana and Lala. And I love them. Oh, question? Roisin. Whew, okay, Roisin. I've got some thoughts about this. What do I think of Rachel sleeping at Ariana's house while she is away? And Roisin, you said it's so vile. Yeah, vile is one word to describe it. Disrespectful was the first word that came to mind. But here's the crazy thing. While I took time away from my daughter yesterday, sat in rush hour morning traffic on the 405 in pouring down rain to appear in court over this nonsense, Rachel was sleeping at Tom Sandoval's house. So clearly shows where her priorities were. I'm appearing in court for this nonsense that she accused me of. And she doesn't even show up. She didn't even show up. She literally spent the night at Tom and Ariana's house while she was out of town. Like, you guys can't get a hotel. You can't go to your little studio apartment. I mean, the level of disrespect is like at an all-time high. So, yeah, very vile. Do Brock and I want more minis? He definitely does. I am not there yet. I think when summer is like 4, that might be a good time. But I had a very traumatic labor and I got HELLP syndrome. And it was really scary. So I know emotionally, mentally, I am not there yet. I would love to give Summer a sibling, whether that is via surrogate, adoption, or we just roll the dice. We will see. So I don't know, but I know right now is definitely not the time. Is Ariana ready to date again? I mean, I don't think she's ready like immediately. You know, when you go through a breakup, you definitely need to take some time and just you know, really figure out what is important to you, what you want to do to either, if it's, you know, therapy, working on things in your own life just to get back in the right headspace. I don't think jumping into another relationship immediately is the best thing. I think right now she is just focused on herself, her business, opening up the sandwich shop, something about her. So I don't think dating is her main focus right now, but I will say the next guy or girl Ariana dates is a very, very lucky person. Samantha, your outfit for court was fire though. Thank you. I mean, who knew this pretty little thing suit was going to be such a hit? I have not felt this much love from the Vanderpump Rules community in so long. So thank you for saying that. I felt like a boss walking into court, but I didn't know the outfit was going to be that big of a hit. So thank you. I appreciate it. Brittany, was I surprised that Tom cheated? I can't completely say I was surprised because he's cheated in the past. And you'll also find out some more things in the scene I filmed with him, as well as at the reunion. So I was definitely surprised with how it happened, who it was with, how long it had been going on for, like, oh my God. But I can't say I'm surprised that he cheated. I really thought, I hate believing in that once a cheater, always a cheater. I really thought that he had grown, you know, Ariana was his person, that's his dumpling, and I didn't think the things that he did to Kristen when he was with her, he would do to Ariana. So it's like I was surprised, but at the same time, I wasn't, because he's done it in the past. It was just how it all happened was a lot, to say the least. Jessica, who almost got into the physical altercation? Was it the Toms? I can't confirm who it was, but I can tell you it was not Schwartz and Sandoval. I know Jax put out there that it was the Toms who got physical. It was not both of the Toms. But you will have to stay tuned to the reunion to see all of that. It was literally like the first 5 minutes of the reunion, people are already out of their seat, coming at each other. Andy had to step in. Production had to step in. It was a lot right off the bat. I was not ready for that. I'm just like sitting there as these people are going at each other in front of me. And I was like, oh my God. We do not need any more restraining orders on this show. Let's not get physical, okay? Annette, will I film with Rachel and Tom next season? No, I have nothing else to say to either of them. The way she has treated me and done all of this, the amount of emotional distress this has caused me, I want nothing to do with her. I've already said everything I want to say to Sandoval. I think it might have even been the very last scene that we filmed for this season. He came over and we had a really long sit down, and yeah, I said pretty much everything I needed to say to him in that, and then the rest of anything that was left over I said at the reunion. So I don't know that I have anything to film with either of them about for next season, and who knows if both are going to come back, if both are going to be asked back. I mean, we don't know, because definitely the people who are going to film with either of them is very limited. So there. Jess, do you ever keep in touch with Shay anymore? Actually, yeah, I've been talking to him a lot lately. His mom sadly recently passed, and ever since I heard the news, him and I have been in touch quite regularly. We've been trying to meet up, because the funeral, unfortunately, was the day of the reunion. Literally the only day. I said, if it's on March 23rd, I absolutely cannot be there. I want to be there for you, you know, whatever you need. So we have stayed in touch, and it's been really nice, because ever since the divorce, we had a big chunk of time where we didn't speak at all. Then we had a sit down. It was very emotional. We said everything we wanted to say. We knew that this was the right decision. But then moving forward, you know, I got into another relationship, and then I was with Brock, I got pregnant, and so I think out of respect for that relationship, he kind of took a step back from continuing to build that friendship with me, but Brock has no issue whatsoever with him and I being friends, and he encourages me to hang out with him whenever I want to. So we're still trying to find the right time to meet up. He's obviously been going through so much losing his mom. He was such a mama's boy, and it's been a really tough time, but we do keep in touch, and I love that. After all of the history we have with one another, you know, we went to high school together. We've known each other since we were 15 years old, so it's nice that after a divorce, we've been able to maintain a friendship. Oh, Christine, out of all of the seasons, does this current one top them all? Oh, yes, it does. I was just saying the other day, I feel like my divorce was obviously so hard when I went through it, and there was so many emotions and all of that. But because I've been in a couple relationships since then, I got married this past year, I'm in a very happy place in my life. I feel like I forgot kind of those emotions back then. I feel like this season has been the absolute craziest to watch back, the most emotional. I was watching the first episode after all of this happened in New York, and I didn't even have words. I'm watching this, and I know the first night that they hooked up, it was after boys' night. And so now every episode that we have watched since that, I think it was episode 6 or 7 when boys' night was, now we know that they have already hooked up. So at the pool party, when she's prancing around saying that Lala gives off Mistress Bimbo vibes, I'm sorry. Projection at its finest. I couldn't believe that, because obviously at the time I'm in it. These are my best friends. I would never have thought anything. Now watching it back, knowing that when we got to Mexico, there was something going on. When she didn't show up the day of my wedding, like 3 hours late, she didn't show up to get ready with us. She shows up 3 hours late. And then I even just found out a couple days ago, one of my girlfriends was like, so I was at the pool the morning of your wedding, and I was just looking back at some of my photos, and there's literally one with Tom and Raquel in the background in a cabana, just hanging out at the pool together. And my friend thought, you know, like, don't you guys need to be getting ready for the wedding? You're actually in the wedding. But no, instead, they knew Ariana was occupied with me as a good friend and a good bridesmaid, so they took that time to hang out. It's just so disgusting. I mean, I sometimes don't even have words for it. I got chills, actual disgusting body chills this morning when I saw page 6 that she spent the night at his house while Ariana was out of town and couldn't show up to court, but abused the court system to just, so much to say about that. I talk about a lot of it on my podcast, which will be out tomorrow. Lala and I got into some shenanigans where I had all of my thoughts written down. I really think that I said everything I wanted to say. So everything that I'm not thinking of right now on the spot, you're going to hear tomorrow on Scheananigans.
Me too. I'm like, there's barkers in this group, and then there's biters. And that night, I was a biter. I had no words because nothing was getting through to her. And when she touched me, I was so enraged. I was just like, get off me. Get out of my space. I don't want you anywhere near me. And it was just like,
if I were in that headspace and someone put their hands on me, anybody would have done the same thing.
Yeah. I needed her away from me in that moment. The fact that she had not a single tear, no remorse. She sat at the reunion and did not shed one tear.
No, I know. She actually smiled. It was scary. It was like watching the Joker.
I could not believe that. And that's how she was that night. It was just like, oops, slept with him for 7 months. My bad.
Dana, so were all the charges dropped since Rachel didn't show up? Correct, yes. But the thing with this type of restraining order is it can't be dismissed early. Just because she put a request for dismissal, it doesn't get dismissed until the day of the hearing. So the fact that the petitioner, Rachel, didn't show up, it was immediately dropped. Thank God. Happy for that to be behind me. Chelsea, yes, the case got dropped. It was such a relief, literally. Samantha, have you spoken to Jax regarding this whole scandal? Oh, yes. Jax and I have been, I mean, we always talk, but we've been in regular contact. And him and Brittany, I think, are going to be getting into some shenanigans with me next week. They have a new podcast, When Reality Hits, and we're going to do a little pod swap, or they're going to come on mine first, but that will be out hopefully in the next couple weeks. We're just trying to figure out our schedules right now.
Oh, so what do we think about the Vanderpump Rules drama going on?
You know, I've tried to distance myself from a lot of that for a long time. You know, obviously it's hard because, you know, Tom Schwartz is one of my best friends, and obviously Lala and Scheana. We're still very much in contact with everybody, so it's hard to stay out of all the drama.
Yes.
But I don't when people say team, that really bothers me. There is no team. It's Ariana, and that's it.
She's going to shine bright like a diamond.
She should. She should thrive off this. You know, she really, really should. I want to know what's going to go down with the house.
We're going to talk about so much more.
Jennifer, you are always so supportive and loyal to your friends. You regret defending Raquel and being a loyal friend pre-Scandoval. Here's the thing. I've kind of struggled with this. I feel like I want to look back and be like, oh my God, what I said did not age well. I wish I could take that all back. But at the end of the day, Lala told me, she was like, no, Scheana, you were being a good friend. You were being the friend that you were supposed to be. You were loyal. You had her back. That's how a friend should be. So I don't want to regret defending someone I thought was a good person, because I think that just shows, you know, I always saw the good in people. So I don't want to regret being a good friend to her. It's just, you know, hindsight is 20/20, and seeing Katie's perspective and seeing everything on the other side has been very humbling. I've definitely had conversations with her and apologies, because I got a very different version from Raquel all summer than now watching Katie's and just seeing how hurt she really was. It has been really hard for me to watch back. B. Flores, any thoughts on Miami girl drama? Has she tried to contact anyone? I want to know what Miami girl's name is. I can't remember what her name is, but it's so funny. The thoughts on that? Yeah, it was true. It was always true. I always believed it. If you guys go back, what was it, season 2, season 3, and watch my conversations with Ariana, I'm literally like, come on. This is true. I don't want you to be naive. Like, he's this type of person. I got in fights with Ariana's mom about this. Or not fights with her mom, but her mom and I were talking, and I got in fights with Ariana and Tom about all this, just talking about Tom behind his back to Ariana's mom. And now it's like, oh, Scheana was right back then. So, yeah. But I don't think she's tried to contact anyone. Marissa, spill the tea. What actually happened after Watch What Happens Live with Rachel? That tea is spilled tomorrow on Scheananigans. I get into what really happened that night and what didn't happen, because it's not the version that she put out there. Roisin, you tried to protect Ariana from day one, which makes you an amazing bestie. I understand she was skeptical and it sucks, but don't stop looking out for your friends. Thank you. Yeah, that's the thing. It's like, I feel like there's been so much betrayal, and this has been such a challenging time for me, just thinking, you know, how did I miss all of these signs? This was happening in front of my face and behind my back. It was just the biggest level of betrayal that I've ever experienced in my life. But I don't want to, you know, only see the bad in people now. I still want to see the good, but this has definitely changed me, and it's made me have more of a wall up. And yeah, I think anyone new who I meet, I'm not just going to assume the best in them. And that's kind of sad, but you know, things like this happen and it can change who you are. Chelsea, what did just kidding. What did the case get dropped? Oh, wait, did the case get dropped? Yes, it did. Trish. Scheana, can I ask why you still use Shay for your last name?
I'm trying.
Because it's my legal name. It is my yeah, I mean, it's on my license still. It's kind of become a stage name, and I haven't taken the time to change it. I've thought about going back to just Scheana Marie professionally, but that hasn't really caught on. It's just like I've been Scheana Shay for so long now. It doesn't bother Brock. I am eventually going to change my legal name to Honey Davies, but his legal name is only Davies, and he has to add honey to it. So we haven't made that transition yet, but I feel like professionally now it's just kind of a stage name. So it is what it is. B. Flores, what do you say in regards to Lala saying she knew and talked to you about Raquel and Tom's friendship? So yeah, Lala definitely had an inkling that there was something going on between the two of them. She saw things from a different perspective. You know, I was so in it. These were my best friends. I never thought they were capable of anything like this. So it, yeah, for me, it was just something that I could have never thought was happening, but she saw right through it. So yeah, I think she has a good judge of character. I think she has a different eye she looks at people with based on everything she's been through. And I think I'm going to start listening to her a little more when new people come into my life. Bean Girl, how do you feel about Raquel staying at Tom and Ariana's house while she's already... Yeah, we've already gotten into that. I can't believe it. That is a whole new low. Disrespectful. She didn't show up to court because she was in Ariana's bed. I cannot. It's disgusting. Roisin, hitting me with all the questions. Thank you. Did y'all address at the reunion how Tom dressed up as Rachel on Halloween? I think they did. So because of the restraining order, I had to be 100 yards away from Raquel during the whole filming of the reunion. They had to choreograph this whole plan where I got in a van, they drove me, they had her, they drove her, and then she was in a trailer when I was on set, when I was in the trailer and she was on set. It was a whole thing. So I missed some of that. I did have a live stream in my trailer and I was able to watch a lot of it. I feel like they addressed it, but I also had Brock and Allie sitting in the trailer with me, and they would say something and then we would talk about it, and then we're like, oh, wait, hold on, we got to pay attention. So I feel like I remember Ariana saying something about like that being her idea or she took the photos, but I don't completely remember because I wasn't there on set for that part. Kristen, have you and Katie mended your friendship? Katie and I think, are in a really good place with everything that's happened. You know, we just kind of band together for Ariana. We've been around each other so much more in the last 3 weeks than we had been in the last year. We are in, I think, 3 group chats right now with each other. We are also, the 3 of us, surprise, I haven't posted about this yet, so you guys are the first to find out. We are DJing Emo Night next Friday night, April 7th at Avalon together. The 3 of us, they're calling it like a heartbreak, revenge, something or another. But it will be the 3 of us DJing, so I'm really excited about that. I definitely think we are on the mend to our friendship, and that's all I want.
Okay, I figure since I'm going out tonight that everyone's been asking, it's time to taste it. Okay. It smells, it really does smell like Sunny Delight. Alright, well, it doesn't look like Sunny Delight. It's not that bright orange color, but I think that's okay. But it does smell like it, which makes me happy. Childhood. Okay. Oh my god. Wow. Okay, it's not like super sweet. I mean, it's sweet, but it tastes like it. So, I like it. This isn't an ad either. I just am weird. I've been dying to try this mostly because of like the nostalgia of it all, because I drank Sunny D all the time when I was a kid. And a core memory I have of Sunny Delight was I used to, the bottles that Sunny Delight came in, I remember I would fill it up with dirt and try to turn it into like an ant farm. And it just was so sticky and so messy. But I can remember what it smelled like when the dirt combined with like the stickiness inside the bottle. And I loved it. But this is so much better. Anyways, this is good. Now that story time is over, is anyone going to emo night tonight? I'm gonna be there. And some other people are gonna be there. And if you're there, I'll see you there.
I wanted Katie and I to get to a place where, you know, if I do an event with Lala or Christina Kelly or, you know, there's a baby shower or a birthday party, I don't want that awkward tension. So I feel like we are finally in that place. And that's great. Bean Girl, do you think Jackson Brittany will come back to the show? Maybe. We've definitely been talking about it. So I think it could happen. I don't know. I mean, they were at the wedding. Kristen was at the wedding. Kristen filmed some stuff with Ariana. So who knows? People might be coming back next season. All right, Jason, what are Brock's thoughts on the cheating? I mean, we were all completely shocked by all of this. Every time I came home and told Brock, you know, Lala thinks this, Katie thinks this, and I was starting to question Tom and Raquel. I questioned Raquel to her face. I questioned Sandoval to his face. I brought my concerns up to Ariana. You're going to see all of this play out this season. But I remember the first night I came home and I was talking to Brock and I was like, honey, I think Lala might be right. I think something might be going on. And he shut it down so quickly. He's like, Scheana, how dare you think that about two of your best friends? These are good people. They would never do that. It was kind of like a shame on you for thinking this about two of your best friends. And I was like, you're right. Oh my God. Okay, Lala's been in my head, but you're right. These are good people. They wouldn't do it. So then when we found out that they did it, gobsmacked. Yeah. Dana, so were all the charges dropped since Rachel didn't show up? Yep. Done. That chapter of my life is closed. Jenny, I hope you and Brock do a podcast about bullying that you both experienced. That is one thing that Brock and I definitely want to do a podcast on. I don't know if just him and I should do it together or if we get, you know, a certain therapist or expert or organization or something with anti-bullying on the podcast as well. So if you guys have any ideas for that, that's definitely something I want to do. I feel like I'm a little backed up with my podcast guests right now. We're really focusing on Vanderpump content because there is so much to unpack. The rest of the season, you have no idea. No idea. Jennifer, you're always so supportive and loyal to your friends. Oh, no, already got that one. I do not regret defending Raquel because that's what friends do, you know? I felt like I was a good friend and I don't want to regret being a good friend. It's just, yeah. Hindsight. Looking back, it's crazy. All right. I already got all of those. Tam, beyond excited for the reunion. When does it air? So you have not missed it yet. The reunion's not going to air until probably May. I don't know exactly how many episodes we still have, but I think I was doing the math the other day and it looks like May. I assume it's going to be a 3-parter because there was so much to unpack. So you have not missed anything yet. And I also did a little BTS vlog. I did some interviews with some of the cast. So I will be posting that exclusively on Patreon the week the reunion airs. So stay tuned for that as well. Amazon customer. Are you personally more skeptical of your friendships given what Rachel did to her close friend Ariana? 100%. It's made me question a lot, and it's really unfortunate because I've always been someone who sees the good in people. I think everyone's good. I trust everyone. I think that's very naive of me, and it's making me rethink it all. So definitely more skeptical moving forward of anyone new who kind of comes into my circle. Jordan, how did news of the affair become public? Well, Ariana realized, who do I have to protect? No one. They did this to her. She wasn't going to just try and keep it behind closed doors. So Ariana alerted production, and the next day we had cameras picked back up, and there's definitely a leak somewhere. Don't know exactly where, but it definitely got out after production was notified. So, Ban 0919, did you call out Christina Kelly for showing up to your dinner? So next week on the episode, I wish you got to see more of this conversation. It's basically like, you know, when they just flash to, oh, earlier today this happened. We had a really good conversation in my hotel room. She stopped by to visit me and just let me know she wasn't there to, you know, cause any drama. She was so sweet. We had such a good conversation, and from that moment, we have been friends. There have been no issues. She literally is just, she's the voice of reason. She's such a sweet girl. I'm so excited for her in this new chapter of motherhood. But we had a really good talk in Mexico. I wish you saw more of it. I actually invited her to the after party after my wedding, which, by the way, as of now, isn't even in the episode. James Kennedy DJ'd in a cave. It was the dopest after party to a wedding you could ever imagine. And I don't think you see any of it on the show. It might be in a never before seen, but I'm also going to be posting that on my Patreon because this after party was so epic. You guys have to see it. Yolanda, have you and Katie made up? Yes, Katie and I are good. I mentioned earlier we are going to be DJing at Emo Night if you are in LA next Friday, April 7th. Katie, Ariana, and I are doing a little DJ set together. So watch out, James Kennedy. Sir, do you talk with Stassi a lot? And Stephanie, would you want Stassi to come back? So we don't talk that often. It's more when we see each other at birthday parties. We kind of just keep it about the kids. It's pretty surface level. Where we're at right now, I mean, I don't think filming together for me, we're not there. But I mean, I have no say in who comes back, you know, and it's not up to me. Barry, how does James feel about everything? He feels so betrayed by his best friend. Sandoval was like a big brother to him, and this whole situation has been really, really upsetting for him. I mean, how could someone who paid for half of his engagement party, or engagement actually, do that to him, you know? So it's been tough for him. Beck, hey girlie from Sydney, we are so excited to have you as an honorary Aussie. Way to serve yesterday in that interview post-court. Thank you. I love y'all. In Australia, New Zealand, that is, you know, my husband's home, my baby. I can't wait for her to go there and just learn more about the culture and all of that. But thank you they said I'm an honorary Aussie, honey.
Do they know I'm a Kiwi or what?
Well, yeah, but you grew up in Australia, so... What do you guys think of Brock's haircut? Isn't it so good? It's like, he could have done it sooner, but I love it. All right, so next I'm going to get back to some of the questions, but these Stunna shades, they've got a cat eye. So Brock actually likes to wear my sunglasses. His head much wider than mine.
I actually
stretches
might keep
out
these.
my sunglasses.
These are pretty good.
They do look pretty good.
These are pretty good.
Okay, now I'm gonna put them on me so you can see.
See the
His
chic?
size head and my size. Woo. I love a good sunny. As you guys saw in court yesterday, these are very similar to the ones that I wore. The ones I had on yesterday were Celine. This is the much more affordable version of those, and I love a good sunglass. I also sometimes like to wear them down, and when we're filming, a little thing that you guys might not know, they don't like us to wear sunglasses because see how you see the ring light and all of that? You can see the reflection. So sometimes when we're filming, I wear my sunglasses down because then you can still see my eyes.
Is that just like
You still
attitude?
get
I feel like it adds like a whole different
know?
level of conversation when someone
People
looks at
were-
you like this through glasses. They're like,
Yeah.
mm-hmm.
People were saying that at the pool party. They're like, why are your sunglasses like that? I'm like, because we were filming and I still wanted the glasses on. So,
Wait,
Yeah.
Kyle, thanks for the chat on the haircut. Honestly, we wanted to cut it a while. I wanted to cut it a few times, but then I did feel a bit of pressure by everybody saying that I needed to kind of like donate it or do something. And I felt like, okay, yeah, I should raise some money and then cut it off. And then I realized like I can just donate it. I don't need to raise money. I can go ahead and just talk about it and do it. So
yeah. So we're looking into, at
What do you
first
think?
we were going to go with Locks of Love, but then we were reading a lot of stuff about it and people were saying that that is not the best one to donate to. So we're looking into wigs for kids right now. If you guys know a better one, please hit us up. Let us know because we have the hair ready to go.
we've got just
I think he's
a
just
large sandwich bag of it just going
Yes,
after
it's
it.
so much hair. Sam, well, it's another question for you, honey. What does Brock think about Raquel and Tom?
Bro. Honestly, it's just disappointing. It's really disappointing, you know? Like, I can see their dynamic, but at the end of the day, poor choice of how they handled the situation. And then they double down, especially Raquel decided to double down with my wife, okay? Because they had their thing. And then, I don't know, how much we got, how are we going on the sales here? How much tea can I spill? Because, like, here's the thing. If you guys are buying this stuff, we can come back and do more of this. So I can spill some tea on my feelings about them later. But did you see the articles this morning? That's
Yes.
all I'll say.
Oh, we talked about it.
Oh, we talked about it?
Yeah.
Damn, you guys didn't even buy anything because she spilled the tea? Bloody hell, you good on her.
Chris, does Brock like filming Vanderpump?
I like filming with my wife. It was definitely a walk through the, I did the hazing or what is it? I had my
Yeah,
first
you got
season.
hazed the first season for sure. That
And
was your initiation.
My initiation was a little rough, and then followed up by this season. I was really enjoying it until what happened with everything going on, and that just added a lot of stress to everybody's relationship, everybody's mental health.
Yeah.
You know, especially now, because you guys get to see, this is the tidbit, you guys get to see the show that we just lived in, and you can see it from a third perspective, which is the affair perspective, which is hectic.
Yeah, but these are great for, I'm not a person where it's like, oh, you can't wear white after Labor Day. I will wear white any day out of the year. But these spring, summer coming up, I mean, these are perfect.
Why can't you wear white after
I
Labor
don't
Day?
know, it's a thing.
Don't ask me. Sorry for letting me jump in on your girls' night out. I'm here for the girls' night out.
Whitney asks, do you guys like to match together when you get dressed? Me and Brock, yes, we do. And we also sometimes don't do it on purpose. Like, I'll be getting dressed, and then you end up matching me, but it's not on purpose. You have done that often.
Okay, I'm downstairs ready to rock and roll. Scheana walks down wearing the same colors I'm wearing. I think, but majority of our color schemes are the same, you know? It's mutual tones, blacks and whites.
Yeah.
And party shirts for me, so.
Caitlin, how many more episodes until the reunion? I want to say 7, maybe? I'm not sure because we picked back up cameras and then we filmed so much. So if they're condensing all that into one extra episode, I don't know. But I don't think the reunion will be airing before May, if I'm correct.
I'll jump in for Q&As. I can't really comment on the heels, so I'll let her do that one.
Yeah. Looks like you're crashing girls' night, honey.
I always, listen, can I be honest? Why can't, like, the hubby be excited about girls' night? Because you know why? Every time Scheana gets to go out with her girlfriends, I'm here for it because it means she gets to go out and have a good time. I get my boys' time in. I play Fortnite every now and then or get on the video games. So I'm just a fan of girls' night, so I am crashing. Sorry, ladies.
RB asks, have you gone through your own vlogs and potentially caught things the VPR cameras did not? Let me tell you guys, in an upcoming episode after the wedding, when we got back,
Oh my God.
Labor Day, that vlog is all over the show, and you will see why
There are
in a
Easter
few episodes.
eggs. And it's all because of
The
perspective.
BravoCon vlog. So if you guys have signed up for my Patreon, there is a bonus vlog, the BravoCon After Dark. And that was the whole Tom Sandoval and the Most Extras performance, Raquel, front and center. There's a part where at BravoCon, I'm like having a heart-to-heart with Tom, and you see her like walk in and peek her head in and then walk back out. And yes, Easter eggs all over the vlog.
Yeah. What were you saying, honey?
I'm gonna cry if I say it again.
Say it again.
I just take a moment, breathe, just think of like how amazing it is that we get to do this shit, you know? And like everyone's here tonight to see you. It's not just a Bravo, but they're all here for you. So go back and watch any starting last summer, because you will see stuff. There's like Tom and Raquel behind people at the wedding. I mean, it's wild.
It's
Amy.
perspective. What we
Or
got
wait,
here?
well, let's go. Daniela, one more question for you, and then I'm going to wrap this up, honey.
Yeah.
What does Brock like to see you in? What's his favorite look of yours?
All right. Well, we're selling clothes here, so I can't say birthday suit. So, I mean, to be honest, I like seeing her in dresses, like example A, okay? But she also fits us really well. Also, all of these ribbed ones, right? These ribbed ones are really tight and fitted for her, so I really feel like it brings it out.
Yeah.
But I mean, you got the curves for the girls, baby.
Oh, thanks, honey.
Honestly, she wears everything and she looks great in everything. She is a fashionista.
Oh,
On a
thanks.
diva.
Amy asks, do you think they will be back next season? I hope they get fired. How can anyone film with them? You know what? I don't know. Crazier things have happened on this show.
Let's not grab the knife and pitchforks, okay? They are very much on the outs, but no one wants them to lose a job. Okay, I'll stop talking.
You can go now. You've trashed girls' night enough. Goodbye. I'm sorry. Does anyone want her? No, let's... Anyway, Isabella, are you getting close to Allie, James's girlfriend? Yes, I love Allie. We actually got ready together for the premiere party, and I have been spending as much time with her as I can. They are traveling all over right now. He's DJing everywhere. They vacation all the time. They have such a fun life. So, yeah, I have been hanging out with her whenever she's in town. I just got them a litter robot. There's something fun that James announces. I don't know if he's posted about it yet, so I don't want to say that on here. But a little housewarming for them. All right, Tiffany, how is your relationship with Schwartz? The more I find out that he knew, the more I have been kind of distancing myself, because it's tough. You know, right now, Ariana's made it very clear, you're team her or you're team not. And I'm team her. So with Schwartz, it's going to be a tough one to navigate, because he obviously knew. Not really sure for how long. I know that was discussed at the reunion, but it looks like they were double dating. You know, Joe, Raquel, Tom and Tom. So yeah, I'm not okay with any of that. Molly, what do you do to stay in shape? You really look so good. Thank you, Molly. I have a tonal at home. Summer recently has started doing yoga with me on the tonal. It is the cutest thing. That little kid has the best downward dog I've ever seen. But that's been kind of my go-to. I do want to get back into doing more workouts in a gym, whether I start doing some Pilates reformer classes. But right now, I've just been doing tonal at home, and yoga's kind of been my go-to. But I do miss lifting weights, but that's what I love about the tonal, is it has the weight aspect as well. Amanda, who are you closest to in the Bravo universe? I have so many friends in the Bravo universe. I mean, Paige DeSorbo, Summer House, love her. Dolores, Real Housewives of New Jersey, obsessed with her. There are just so many people I've met at BravoCon. I met the whole cast of Family Karma. There are so many good connections I've made with people just in the Bravoverse. And that's why I love events like BravoCon. I cannot wait for the next one because we just make new friends. I get new podcast guests. We get into shenanigans together. And yeah, those are my people. All right. Well, I think that is about ready to wrap it up. Any other questions last minute before I hop off? Send them in. But all of you, thank you so much for joining. Be sure you follow on my Amazon. So what's that?
I'm just chatting with everybody on here.
So make sure you follow along my Amazon so you are always notified whenever I do another live.
Hi guys.
Popping back in to say goodbye?
Yeah, I'd love to say goodbye. I'm chatting with you guys also on the live stream. I've got you guys right here. Jumped in late. I'm going to answer some of your questions there. I got your hat. We got anything else coming in there. Thanks for joining us, Fam Bam. If you like this, give us a like and follow us because we definitely want to make this consistent and we'll be able to have some chats. Maybe we can get rid of the girls' nights out and get the boys back in here or what?
Maybe we can do like a date night or something.
Date night, kids night, anything.
No, kids stuff.
Get me involved.
Yeah, we got a lot that we can do because on Amazon, you can get literally everything. So thank you guys so much for joining me on my girls' night out that I didn't get in New York, Amazon Live. And I hope you guys like the products I picked. I hope you shop the products. These are all great things for a girls' night out.
Bye, guys.
Bye.